Hey, it's Jen. You are reading for July of 2020. I'll do all of the signs and I'll timestamp them so you can hop to your moon and rising signs as well. It's a general reading, so you will probably need a little bit more information than just your sun sign. It will be very helpful for you to have your moon and rising. If you don't know what your moon and rising signs are, just look in the description below the timestamps and I'll put a line there. I think it takes you to, I can't remember the name, but they have a free placement calculator. So all you gotta do is just put your information in and it'll tell you your moon sign, your rising sign, Venus, it'll tell you everything. So hop to that and check that out. If you would like more information and would like a personal reading, you can find me on Instagram at NotSoMysticalTarot or NotSoMysticalTarot.com, where you can purchase your personal reading. Okay? All right. Now let's get started. We have Aries first for July of 2020. What's going on for our Aries watchers? We have got the Seven of Wands. You are the Wands, you are a fire sign. This just says, you are choosing, and this is really great, to vibrate on a little bit higher of a plane than possibly some of the people around you in your life. And you can see that they're kind of like poking up at you with their sticks and their whatever. And this person, if you'll look, is not engaging. This person is like, nope, no thank you. Thanks anyways, I'll see you. But you notice they're not going to go down that hill and kind of clack around with these other people. So that lets you know that if you face any of this sort of thing, it's really important that you kind of stay up on your high plane and you vibrate up there and just kind of no thanks those people. People a lot of times that are down below you or are not where you are very frequently want to pull you back down to their own level because that's where they're comfortable. And if you've been like working on yourself and kind of growing and doing all that kind of stuff, it's really difficult for people to watch you do that. And it's sad, but that is the case. So at this point, you're going to have to really stand up for yourself. And like I said, you don't have to be aggressive or engage with them, but just simply, no, this isn't for me, and just kind of turn and burn from that. Let's see what else we've got for Aries. Yeah, you've got the Death card. So nothing ominous or scary here. More saying, when I said it's time for you to turn and burn, it really is. It's just whatever. If you've got some really low vibrational people in your life, or you've got some people that are really not supporting you, but they're always kind of coming against you, take a really good look at that and decide why you're choosing to keep your environment full of those kinds of people. And then the Death card is really about moving on. It's about allowing death to come through, sweep out all the crap and all the garbage and all the people that don't really fit in your life, and be ready for something new, for some new relationships perhaps. Could be any number of things, but I would keep that in mind. You'll probably, like I said in the intro, you'll want to check your moon and rising signs too, because it'll give you a little bit more information. Just going to get a couple other cards here. Oh my gosh, these cards are like flying out all over the place. What the heck? We've got the Six of Cups, and I think this is a really interesting combination here, because you have like these really grown-up subjects, people below your vibration, and you're choosing to walk away, and you're being all grown, and death is sweeping them out. It's very dramatic and very grown up, but yet here you have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is like this childlike, happy, comfortable, I don't want to say play, but like a really comfortable, pure kind of love. And I almost think this is more speaking about not so much the people around you, but you. Like, what are you choosing to expose yourself to? Are you choosing to expose yourself to this kind of environment? Or do you really need some time to expose yourself to something that's much more gentle and kind? And I think that's what we've got going on here, because this is not kind behavior. People down, it's very like upsetting. Like people are down below your level, kind of clawing and snatching at you and trying to upset you and hurt you. And I think when we say death comes in and sweeps all that out, maybe it's time to look in a different direction for people that support and love you and make you feel happy and fulfilled and whole and joyful, not people you've got to constantly fight against. So whoever you are fighting against or whatever you are fighting against, it's time to stop engaging that, because even fighting against something is choosing to engage that and engage in things that make you joyful and happy and wonderful. And yeah, that's common sense, but a lot of times I'm not here to like give you deep philosophical stuff. I'm here to point out the stuff that's happening in your life, and this is a common sense thing, but it seems like a lot of times we sort of forego the common sense and we just keep doing what we're doing. And so this is just kind of me saying, hey, I'm seeing this for you. So if there are things in your life that need to be kind of swept out and moved on, do that. And then allow the joy to kind of come back in. I think there's been so much stuff going on lately that we've all really missed out on joy. And I don't know if we feel obligated to be upset and angry. Maybe, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's time for another reading. Maybe we'll leave that right there. All right, let's just move on. We're going to move on to Taurus for July 2020. What do we have going on for Taurus? Got the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords, people say, is like the, somebody's cheating on you, whatever card. I think a lot of times I see it more as not that someone's like cheating on you, but I see it as more that there is a situation in your life that you're kind of choosing to ignore. And it has to do with your emotions. And it almost seems like if you can set yourself free from whatever this is, it's like there's something going on beneath the surface and you're like, oh, no, not really. Like you're almost lying to yourself and saying, oh, that's not really happening. But it's happening and everyone around you knows it's happening. But with this Ace of Cups here, I love that this is in combination because it's so stark. The Ace of Cups is about being open and welcoming something true and beautiful, and it's an opportunity. I love these cards because it's so blunt. You've got this big giant hand, right? You have this big giant hand that's like here, and this is the universe saying, well, you can continue to do this and kind of act like nothing is happening or act like nothing's wrong or whatever, or you can see this huge opportunity here. And I think if you can let go of whatever lie you're choosing to have be part of your life, this is available to you. So I guess this is really coming down to a choice. What do you want? Do you want to mess around with this lie and kind of do this fake thing that everybody knows is fake and that honestly is fake? Or do you want to just say, you know what, I'm done with that and I'm going to open myself up for something so much better? The universe has always got beauty and wonderful things for you. So there's really not much point in you choosing to put yourself through drama and terrible things. So maybe it really is time. There's got to be something in your life that it's time to say, okay, this card will not go back in. It's time to say goodbye. And you have the Ten of Wands here. And Ten of Wands is our struggle with carrying something. A lot of times this is stuff we pick up along the way, and no one's put these sticks and this burden on us. Oftentimes we've picked it up little by little until we are so heavy and so burdened and so weighted down by expectations, or like this could be the expectation. Maybe you have a significant other that is not right for you, or that is not treating you right, or they're running around or whatever, and you're constantly kind of apologizing for them and forgiving them. But now you're like, well, this combination to me is like, well, you've made your bed and so you can lie in it, which what a bunch of crap that is, right? Like, who wants to do that? Okay, you've made your bed, you can lie in it, or what? Or you can take all the covers off and start over with better sheets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you've made your bed, you can lie in it thing, I think is a bunch of garbage. And you know what the beauty is of these sticks? These sticks aren't strapped to this person. You don't see there's chains holding these sticks on this person, right? So what do you do? Put them down. Tens signify the end of a cycle. So it seems to me that you're in some kind of relationship, and this doesn't have to be romantic either. This can be job, it can be a relationship with maybe drugs, that's keeping you from a fulfilling real relationship. It could be a relationship with bad thinking, but whatever it is, this is a burden you've carried long enough, and you may think that you're fooling a whole bunch of people, but everybody sees it. So the charade that you got going on with like trying to like hide, it's like people say like when you, okay, I will give you an example for me personally, so it doesn't feel like I'm singling anybody out. When you've been eating junk for like a while and you just start wearing leggings all the time because you're like, yeah, I'm just curvy, but then you try a pair of your jeans on and you can't zip them up. That's the lie you've been telling yourself. Like, oh, I'm just I'm just a little curvy, and I'm sure I haven't gained any weight, but I'm going to wear these stretch pants. And then you go to put your jeans on and you can't get them on. Okay. Like that's the kind of thing I mean by when I'm saying everybody else can see it. You can tell yourself whatever you want, but everybody else can see it. So there's no point in you carrying it around. Put it down. Put it down, because the universe is trying to hand you something beautiful. And if you choose to carry this crap around with you, it's really on you. It's on you. So I'm sorry to be so blunt, but put that garbage down. The universe has got something so much better for you, okay? All right, Taurus? Okay. Let's move on to our Geminis. What do we have for Gemini? Judgment. And right here, Strength. Okay. Whatever you have been dealing with, it's over. Whatever it is, you've put in your time, you've paid your dues, and it's done. It's kind of the thing where a lot of times I see this and I say it's like, let the chips fall where they may. Like, you've done everything that you can do. You've put in whatever you can put in. And now it's almost like you need to just step back and let it happen. And the way it ends up is the way it ends up. You have this beautiful Strength card here, though. So if you're feeling like, I can't let go, because if I let go, I can't hold it together anymore, it's really out of your hands already. So take something from this Strength card and realize, like, see, if you see here, she doesn't have like a leash on this lion, and she's not like, you know, physically like sitting on the lion or holding the lion. So the lion chooses to be in service to her. So you're a lot stronger than you think you are. And I feel like this is kind of a mental game, that mentally you need to like really keep it together about whatever this situation is. And you just need to like take a deep breath and go, you know what? I'm stronger than this situation. I can handle this situation. It's out of my hands, and I'm going to stay in control of me. I might not be able to control how this comes out, but I can control how I react to it and how I behave with it, because I'm strong in myself. And you may need to say that to yourself like over and over and over again, and that's okay. Let's get a little more information here. You got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is like the baddest female in the whole deck to me. One of them. There's a few of them, but this one, because not only is she in control of her emotions, she's, I don't want to say emotionless, but she's able to put them aside when she needs to. She can put her emotions aside, because the swords are all about your thought patterns and the way that you handle your emotions. Because the swords, like I said, you almost put those emotions aside. Focus on your strength and how strong you are. Set aside emotion and nonsense, because whatever this is, like I have a thing I say a lot of times, it's business, it's not personal. This is something that there's nothing you can do about this. So if you can keep the emotion out of it, rely on the strength that you have, and keep your emotion at bay, and deal with this like the Queen of Swords would deal with it. And she would say, it's right, it's wrong, it was good, it was bad. She would never wallow either. If it doesn't go the way that you want, it's okay. It's okay. If it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, then it's perfectly fine to just step back, move on, and kind of like start over. But I don't feel like it's going to be this terrible thing. I just feel like you need to be like really, really strong right now. And mentally, you need to not let your emotions rule the way that you behave or react to this situation, whatever this situation may be. So watch your moon and rising, because that will probably give you a little more indication as to what is going on here too. All right, we're going to head to Cancer. We're in the middle of Cancer season, so you guys have a lot happening right now. Anyway, birthdays and new things. And of course, the time around your birthday is always the time to like begin something new. You never want to start something brand new like right before your birthday, but when right around the time of your birth is the time where you can really make big changes. So let's see what you got going on, Cancer. Well, there's a big change for you. You've got your 8 of Cups. You are a water sign, so this is completely and entirely appropriate. Don't get all sad and freaked out. And you have the 7 of Wands. This is like really easy, okay? First of all, this does not have to be this depressing, like sad, you know, I'm walking away, and like I'm cautioning you to not get it wrapped up in a whole bunch of drama. There is something, you're choosing something different for yourself right now, and that's okay. All of these things have served you at some point. All of these other cups that are here have served you, and they, at the time, they were what you needed. But now you're seeing that, you know what, maybe the old ways of doing something or reacting to something, maybe these old emotions and these old practices don't serve me anymore, and it's okay. It's time for you to just kind of walk away from this stuff. But I don't want you to focus on, I'm walking away from all this stuff. What you're doing is you're walking toward something that's really good for you. And I kind of see it as you're walking toward the Seven of Wands, and that like freaks people out, like, oh no, this is conflict. No, this isn't conflict. I believe Aries got this card as well. This is not conflict. This is not you walking toward conflict. This is you walking towards standing up for yourself. Because this Seven of Wands, especially in this deck, if you notice, his staff does not engage any of these people. He's up on this high precipice, and these people have to be like 6 feet below him, stabbing up at him. Kind of like, you know, when they say, like, you know, you throw poop at the wall and just see where it sticks. That's kind of what I'm seeing this as. These are people that are on a much lower vibration from you, and you're kind of up really high going, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? And you're like, oh, you know, like you're kind of like, oh, no thanks. No, this is not who I am. And the beautiful part of that is that you're strong enough now to say, this is not who I am. I've turned and walked away from all of this, and I'm not going to go down the hill into the gutter and re-engage with you people. I'm not going to do that. And there is so much beauty and grace involved in a decision like that. You're deciding that this is for you. This is who you are. This is for you. And I can't be happier. You know, one of my favorite phrases is turn and burn. And that's what I feel like you're doing here, is you're just going to turn and burn from those situations. And it's just as quick as like, whew, I'm done. All right, let's get a card to kind of give us a little bit of an indication what this situation is. However, I think it probably is pretty clear to you what this is. This reading is very like, for all the signs, it's very, I don't want to say harsh, but it's pointed is the term we'll use. Pointed. All right, let's see what you got going on. And you've got the Page of Swords. Okay, so we're getting a lot. I want you to check your moon and rising sign, please, because I do think it's really important to see how this all comes together. When you have the Page of Swords, pages are always messengers, and swords are your, especially your Cancer. And Cancers are water signs. You can be very emotional, and that's why I'm saying here, like, you're going to want to take the drama out of this, and the cups can tend to give you just that little bit of drama because it's emotional, and our emotions, they rule us very frequently. And whatever this is, I think this is like hurtful too. Like, it's very hurtful. Like, you're like, why? You see me doing well, you see me making good choices for myself, yet here you are stabbing up at me and giving me a bunch of crap. Like, you know, these people want you to come back down and be on their level. They want you to come back down and be how they are. And that doesn't work for you anymore. This is asking you, this is sending you the message to say, hey, use your head. The Page of Swords is like, hey, dummy, use your head. Don't get your emotions all riled up. Don't have a bunch of drama about this. Like, whoa, I'm leaving all this behind and having this big dramatic moment of loss and all this nonsense. Don't take yourself there. Stand up for yourself, stand your ground, and use your head. This is a message saying, hey, you have the mental ability to handle this situation. Handle it in a business-like manner. It is business, it is not personal. The business is the business of taking care of yourself. That is what this business is. It's not personal. You're not trying to hurt other people. But what are you going to do? Go be a loser with a bunch of people who are losers because you don't want to make them feel bad? You're not about that kind of life, Cancer. Let's not do that. Let's not even entertain that. Let's not even put that out into the universe, okay? So I think we've been like kind of pretty clear about this. I'm going to let you guys go. Definitely check out your moon and rising sign, and it may give you a little bit of input as to where we're going with all this. All right, we're going to head to Leo. Heading into Leo season as well. So we'll see what we've got going on with our Leos. All right, we've got the Two of Swords and the Lovers. All right, this does not necessarily have to be a deep relationship kind of, you know, business. You're not gonna ever hear me say, oh, your twin flame is right in front of you, and oh, you can't see that. Okay, because I'm just not even about that. You guys know that. Like, I'm not so mystical tarot by accident. I'm not gonna give you a bunch of nonsense crap, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I have some certain opinions about those type of readings. But anyway, a partnership in your life, it could be relationship based, but it can be any kind of close partnership. It could be with your siblings, someone in your family, business partner, someone that you feel incredibly close to. There is something going on and a decision needs to be made. And the decision has not been made. We're doing this thing where we're like, well, if I can't see you, then you can't see me. And, like, I'm just not going to decide. I'm going to choose not to decide. And if I do that, then it will go away. Is not going to go away. Choosing not to decide is a decision to do absolutely nothing. So it seems like there is something under the surface that's going on with someone who's extremely close to you. Now, like I said, when it's the lovers it doesn't necessarily mean it's your significant other is doing something bad and you're ignoring it. That does not, that could be it, but technically it does not have to be that. The lovers can be someone, we've all had those different friends and connections in our lives where we're like, whoa, like you barely meet someone and you're like, this person and I, like, you have a thing together and you know it. There is something going on with that person that you need to attend to. It could be that they need you to be present and you're not being present in their life. It could even be something like that. It doesn't always have to be something so terribly dramatic. It can sometimes just be like, hey, are you missing this? Tarot doesn't always have to be like some earth shattering thing that just sends you like, over the edge. This is just meant to point out, hey, there's something going on here with somebody you're really close to and you're not doing anything about it. It could even be like, let's say, for example, you have a friend who maybe they quit drinking and you notice now you go to a couple different gatherings and you see, well, they have a drink or half a drink and well, now they have 2 or 3 and now they have another one. And it could be something like that, and it can just be something that you notice about somebody that you're like, hey, and all it could take for you to make a really big change for this person is to be like, hey, can I talk to you? Like, I'm seeing that there's something going on here and I don't know if it's good for you. It could also be with a relationship that you have with someone, whether romantic or not. Maybe this person said something that's hurt your feelings and now you're kind of putting some distance between you. It could be anything. These are just examples, but there is something going on with someone that you are very close to or feel very close to that needs to be attended to. You have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is kind of about like following rules. It's about like the acceptable rules of society. And it seems like I gave the example about somebody maybe who's drinking and they shouldn't be, or maybe you have been very rude or hurtful to someone who you're really close to and you violated an acceptable rule of your relationship. The Hierophant is about following the rules. So somewhere along the way, a rule has been broken, and whether it's a personal rule or maybe a business partner is doing something that you really feel is not okay, like they're cooking the books a little bit or they're taking in some cash or not, and they're not claiming it on their taxes and you're like worrying about it, whatever it is, there's a rule that is being not necessarily completely broken, but it's being violated and kind of everyone's overlooking it. So it's time to bring that out into the light and really address it so that you can move forward and we can make this stop. Because like I said, deciding not to do anything is a decision to not affect any kind of change. It's not healthy. So let's bring that out into the light. Let's move forward and take a deep breath and know that things are always better. It might be uncomfortable at first to bring that out into the light, but you will feel better afterward. And then you can heal, right? Then you can heal, you can grow, you can do something about it. But right now, nothing's being done. So we're going to move on to Virgo. Moving on to our Virgos. Your season's coming, Virgo, right? Birthday Virgo is coming up. I have one of those. I'm married to a birthday Virgo, so we'll see. All right, we've got the Knight of Wands and the Star. Wow. It looks like you are very, very passionate about something. There's something very important in your life. I have to point this out because this is this card. The Star is often representative of Aquarius, and I'm an Aquarius, and I'm married to a Virgo, so I'm kind of like. So I'm gonna try to put myself aside just for that 1 minute. I'll just like take me out of this, right? Anyway. Knight of Wands is about really pursuing your passion and doing something that just it just lights you on fire. It can be romantic. There could be somebody in your life that you're like, wow, I'm going to pursue this person. This person is what I want. This person is what I know will fulfill me, if not for the rest of my life, at least for right now, for my single Virgos. But then you have the star, and the star is about being and doing, in not just like dreaming, like, oh, la la la, maybe someday. The star is about, I want this, and it's kind of like a stretch kind of goal, but you know what? I think I could do it. So Virgos, as your season approaches, it's really time for you to put whatever your passions are right out there. And the Knight of Wands, that's one thing. He is not shy. So don't be shy. Put what you want out there. If it's a really big dream and it sounds a little crazy when you speak it like out of your face out loud, you're thinking people are going to think I am nuts. You know, who cares? The Knight of Wands would never care. He would never care. And that's where I think you're being asked to step outside of your comfort zone, especially with the Knight of Wands and then the star, because the star is, you can have anything. You can be, if you can dream it, you can have it. And that sounds like a little woo woo, but it's really not, because if you can put it out, you've got to put it out there though. You know, it's stuff doesn't just come and land on your doorstep. And the Knight of Wands is passionate, and he just goes after what he wants with not a care that what somebody might think, say, or do about it. So don't be afraid to dream like really, really big and huge when it comes to what you want in this life, out of this life, in your relationship with your partner, in your business, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to just put it right out there. And especially, I was talking with, who was it? Cancer? When you are coming into your season, it's not really good to make big life changes right before your birthday, but as you come into the season of your birth, this is the time where the best things, the best time for you to change things or make a new decision or move in a new direction is around your birthday time. So like, you got it coming up. Start thinking now, what is it I want? What do I want? How do I make this happen? And the card you get here is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a big celebration. And of course, I'm sure, Virgo, it's your birthday, right? It's an intimate gathering. And it's also, these are the people, I always say, this is like your tribe. These are the people that just make you really happy. So, you know, as the next month and, you know, few weeks before and after that, as that starts to come closer, really start thinking, how can you involve these people that you are so close to? How can you involve them in your dream? Are they part of your dream? Are you hanging out with people that support your dreams? And look at your intimate group of friends, your intimate group of people that you keep really close to you, that you let in, because it's not very many, Virgo, and say, are these people supporting me, or are these people not supporting me? Like, should these people be part of my life moving forward, or do I need to find a new tribe? I think that's really crucial as far as you getting these things that you want, your big hopes and dreams. If you can't see these people participating in this stuff that you want to build and do and have, why are they with you? I think it's really important to, as your birthday comes, especially as your Virgo season kind of comes, you want to ask yourself, who do I want to surround myself with? What kind of people do I want around me? Who do I want to be like? Who do I look at and think, these people have it together? And if you're not hanging out, if your tribe does not look like what you want to be, do, and have, and the things you dream about, then why are you hanging out with them? It's just something to think about. Watch your moon and rising too, Virgo, but definitely time for some self-examination for you guys in July, especially heading up to this birthday that you're going to have. It feels very monumental to me. So let's take that really seriously. Watch your moon and rising and see where it takes you. We're going to move on to our Libras. Libra, you've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Whoa. That is a major power couple. What are you working on here? This can be romantic and extremely passionate. It also could be related to your work life too. Anything in these readings can be, you know what it means for you. And like in a general reading, it can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people, but it usually still will resonate with you. Definitely watch your moon and rising to give you a little more direction, but this is a power couple right here. This is a power couple. It's passionate, and like I said, this could be a work thing, this can be a romantic thing, but whatever it is, it could even be recreational. You might have found like a running partner that's the best running partner in the world. It's going to propel you like to your goals. I mean, it could just be anything. You know, you might just find the best gym buddy on the planet. I don't know. You might find the best bed buddy on the planet. You might find the best business partner. I don't know what it is, but this is a power combination here. This is fire in motion. You cannot deny this. And being that Libras, you are an air sign, you feed off of this kind of thing. You wouldn't want anybody to know, but you feed off of this fire. Fire and air feed each other, and this is really powerful. You have something very powerful coming your way. I mean, an extreme level of passion, commitment, whatever this relationship or opportunity is, it's something that can, by leaps and bounds, I really feel can sort of change your life. I don't have to say like be on the lookout for it, because this is not subtle. This is something that will smack you right in the face. And I'm not saying that you have to do anything with it, but I think it would sure be a shame if you chose to not pay attention. Let's get a card to go with this. See if we can get some direction on this. It feels a little wild. Oh, here you are, Libra. Here you go with your Ace of Swords. Please don't. This can be taken in two ways, okay? The first thing I think is please don't overthink this. This is an opportunity. This is the universe saying, hey, here's an opportunity for you to work in the area that you are so extremely skilled in. And of course, you're the swords. You're an air sign. Your mental agility and acuity is something that has taken you very, very far and will always do that. However, it also can let you really overthink things. And if you overthink this, then there's a good chance that you'll either ruin it for yourself or miss it. So Libra, as this comes, and I feel like I want to say like barreling towards you, as this arrives in your life, please don't push it away. Don't overthink it. If it feels really good, do it, please. And I don't, as a fellow air sign, I don't generally say, if it feels good, do it. I'm like, well, let's think about this. Let's make a good and bad chart and see what's good. But this says, you know what? If you overthink this and you let this pass you by, you will not forgive yourself. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but this is something that's going to enhance your life. There is nothing bad about this thing. So if you are going to in any way accept this offer that comes towards you, please don't ruin it for yourself by overthinking it. Please just enjoy yourself and watch your moon and rising for that, especially because I'm really curious for any of my Libras if you would fill me in on, if you feel like it. Send me a message privately if you would prefer. I understand that, but definitely let me know how that resonates for you, because I may be a little bit nosy. Okay, perhaps. I won't tell anybody though. All right, anyway, we're going to move to our Scorpios. Scorpio, what do we have for our Scorpios? We have got the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, Scorpio. You are procrastinating yourself right into nothing. It looks like there's something that I don't even think it's something that you want to do. It's something that you need to do, and you know that you have this thing that you need to do, and you don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. You've built this little fence, this little fortress here, and you're looking and going, well, you know, I know if I pick up this extra wand, now what? I'm going to have 10 wands. I'm going to be, you know, the guy hunched over with all the sticks on his back. That's going to be you. So you're thinking, well, I don't want to do this. The thing is, I think, you know, there's a line in a movie called No Country for Old Men that Gene loves, my husband Gene, and I think he says there's some stuff going on, you know, and these guys are part of an older generation, and he looks at the other guy and he says, you know, you can't stop what's coming. And I feel that, like, I can hear that in my head. You can't stop what's coming. So the thing is, even though it's coming real slow, because you got this Knight of Pentacles who is just plodding along, it's still coming. You're actually making it worse for yourself by not just going, yeah, okay, fine. There is something that you need to deal with. Whatever it is, you need to deal with this. And sooner rather than later. but please, because you know what? It's not going away. You can't stop what's coming. So whatever this is, it's a situation, a conversation. It could even be something like, you need to set up a home office and the room is full of crap and you don't want to clean it out. It doesn't have to necessarily be something terrible, but there is something that you are putting off that needs to be dealt with. It could be that maybe during lockdown, you got into some very bad habits and you have kind of held on to them, and now it's time. You can plod along and keep sort of seeing it, allowing these things in your life, but it's time. It's time to handle whatever the situation is that you have been putting off or putting, I want to say, very minimal effort toward. It's coming. So you might as well just suck it up and deal with it. Now let's get another card to go with this and see if we can find out what's going on here. Ooh, got one that flipped right out. The moon. Okay. Yeah. This is about you telling yourself something that's not really true. The moon often signifies something, not really being as it seems. And the thing is, I think you're telling yourself a lot of stories about why you're not dealing with this issue, but it looks a certain way, and it's, that things are not as they seem. You know how they have on the rearview mirror of the car, it says things may be closer than they seem. Yeah, well, things are not really as they seem. You know what's actually going on here. Don't let your clouded kind of judgment, and I'm not being harsh with you guys, please. I'm a Scorpio rising, so there are things that we choose to just, nope, that's not really happening. Nope, I don't want to deal with that. Maybe it'll go away. Sometimes you got to move to that 10 of Wands, pick up the other stick, carry that burden for a while. But no, 10s are the end of a cycle. So what's that mean? That means you're going to be able to put that stuff down too. So you know what? Things aren't really as bad as they seem. If you would just deal with this issue, I think you'll be able to move on. And I think you'll be thinking to yourself, why didn't I do this sooner? Why have I put this off for so long? So that's what I've got for you, Scorpio. Definitely watch your moon and rising. See if it can shed a little bit of light for you, okay? All right, we're going to move on to our Sagittarians. Oh, Sagittarius gets that Knight of Pentacles too. Your Scorpio's got that. And we get the Five of Swords. Oh, this says to me that you've had some kind of communication issue with someone. There is someone in your immediate circle who there is a communication breakdown. And I feel like both of you or the two parties, even if this could be a business thing as well, where two businesses are not communicating well and no one is like taking a step to do anything about it. They're kind of like, oh, it'll resolve itself. This is definitely an error in communication. And if you look, the people in the background have like just kind of dropped their swords or like, yeah, whatever. Like, I feel like there's been a major communication breakdown here and everybody is moving as slow as possible to resolve it. What they're really doing is trying to make it look like they're making an effort, but they're really not making an effort. And no one wants to just step up and go, okay, there's a huge problem here. How are we going to fix this? So in this case, someone has to be the bigger person. And as much as it hurts and as painful as it may be to say, even if maybe you're not the one who's wrong, sometimes you're not the one who's wrong. And sometimes you just have to say, okay, fine, I was wrong. Can we please move on? And sometimes you just got to take the blame. So, you know what? In this instance, someone needs to be the bigger person. I don't know what this breakdown was, but this doesn't have to be earth shattering, okay? We don't have to have drama and have this be this big, horrible thing, but somewhere along the line, it could even be a text that was misinterpreted, an email that was misinterpreted, an offhanded comment. Who knows? Someone feels slighted about a holiday. It could be anything. It could even be something small, but dragging your feet will not resolve this. So it's much better to just suck it up. Put yourself out there. Sagittarius, you are like quirky and fun, and you have this side of you that is so likable and goofy that people have a really hard time staying mad at you. So maybe this is the universe saying, hey, you know what? Take one for the team. Put yourself out there and be like, let's get this resolved. Okay, you got the King of Swords, so you don't need to take this personally. And that, like I was just saying, maybe this is the universe's way of saying, hey, all right, put yourself out there and take the fall for the team. The King of Swords, He is like the ultimate decision maker. And he doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. He just doesn't care. And to him, one of the main things I believe he would say is it's business, not personal. So you know what? If the King of Swords were to see this situation, he'd go, fine, okay. So it's my fault, whatever. Let's move on. Let's see where we go from here. He's completely and entirely rational and well thought out. So you know what? This situation is not going to get resolved until someone puts their big boy pants on and just says, hey, you know what? I get it. This is all screwed up. It's not cool. Let's move on. So maybe that can be you, Sagittarius. It's a big ask. I'm not even trying to tell you that it's not. It's a big ask, but you know what? You may really get a lot out of that. Sometimes you get a lot of satisfaction out of something like that. So take that for what it's worth. Be the bigger person and be like, okay, it may be that you see this with like 2 family members or 2 dear friends of yours or 2 co-workers or something, whatever it is, maybe you can find a way to step in and move this situation along. Again, watch your moon and rising because that will probably give you a little bit of information too. All right, we're going to move on to our Capricorns. What do we see for our Capricorns? We have got the 4 of Cups and the Devil. All right. Capricorn, I love the earth signs. I do. I love them. I'm an air sign, and earth signs stress me out, but I love the way that I love the work ethic of the earth signs, and I just love the structure. And here, I think you have actually, and the Devil is the card of the Capricorn. So there you go. I really feel like you have overcome something major. And every so often, I always say this about the Devil card too, is that you so often see people who are like recovered from some sort of behavior, whether it could be drinking, drugs, smoking, I don't know, shopping, not going to work, being lazy. It could be having a dirty house. I don't know, whatever issue you have put on the back burner. You don't even think about it anymore. You're so over it. Sometimes when you're just so over it, somebody hands you a big old cup of whatever this thing is you used to indulge in or this behavior that you used to allow, and boom, you're right back there where you were before. And you're like, how in the heck did I let this go on? And I think a lot of times people say this card is about being bored and not caring or whatever, but in this situation, when I see the representation of Capricorn, I see the behaviors associated with that, and I see this cup being handed. In this situation, I see it as you remaining strong and you saying, you know what, no thanks. You're not going to drag me back down into this path. You're not going to drag me back into this. I'm not doing this. And I think whatever this is, you've beaten it. And you need to keep it in its place. That's what I want to say, is you need to be able to keep this in its place so that you are not tortured by it. It's just, you have to be the one in charge, no matter what. And you do have justice. This is beautiful. This is Capricorn. This is a tough reading. All of the readings for July are like, I don't want to say angry, but they're like really serious. Oh, let's hope in August we can have some fun. Okay, but anyway, let's deal with July. Let's do this. Justice is saying, this is the swords. The swords are, it's right or it's wrong, and that's the end of it. That's what I need you to do. When they hand you this cup and they try to hand you this crap, is it right or is it wrong? Is this good or is this bad? There's no middle ground here. Justice is what it is. This is it. Weigh it out. Meter it on the scales of justice. Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? If it's bad for you, take a hard pass. No thanks. You see, they got the arms folded like, no thanks. I really feel like you're going to be offered something. It could be a job, a relationship, an old behavior, something that you used to really enjoy. I always use the example of, like, let's say you gave up drinking and you tell your friends 100 times don't drink anymore, and they keep bringing you drinks until one day you take one. Well, you know what? Now it's a problem again. Whatever it is, do not sacrifice all of the work that you've done and all the time you've put in for this one little, either taking this cup to make somebody happy, to not hurt their feelings, or because you're feeling weak. Justice has been metered out. Continue on that path. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And whatever gets offered to you, whatever nonsense and crap comes your way, please be strong enough to go, no, it's not what I want. I'm uninterested. You can keep it, okay? Watch your moon and rising too. That may give you a little indication as to where that's coming from, because I almost feel like you're going to be like, whoa, like it'll be there before you know it. So you might want a little bit of direction on that. All right, let's head to our Aquarians. What do we have going on for Aquarius? Aquarius, you got the Five of Pentacles here and the Queen of Cups. I'm an Aquarius. Can we get new cards? All right, anyway. If you are feeling a little bit woe is me, nobody cares about me, I'm so, like, here, you got this Queen of Cups. I always say, does she look happy? Queen of Cups. And who is she? She is the emotional support of the universe. She loves everyone. Aquarius, you have a really huge humanitarian side to you. You want to help everyone. You want to love everyone. You want everyone, especially with what is going on in the world. This has been very hard on the Aquarians. People think Aquarians are aloof and angry and elitist, but that's not the case. I mean, the humanitarian effort is right and wrong is wrong. That's why the swords represent the Aquarians. But we are a highly humanitarian people that want everyone to be treated fairly, be treated well. We want everyone to get along. The thing is, you personally cannot affect this change for the entire world and everyone around you. You can't make it happen. And if you look at this Queen of Cups, she puts herself out. Look at how I think she looks. I always thought she looked kind of sad. Sometimes I say she's like such a martyr. And that's the thing, is you personally are not responsible for the entire world's happiness and healthiness. You can't do it. And if you're feeling like, I have spent it all, I have done what I can do, woe to me, the world cannot be saved, this is all, my fault. It's not. And you know what? These people out here, they're out here in the snow. They can go inside this warm church. If you have put your own self in the situation where you are feeling like, woe to me, and I can't make this any better, I'm so sad. You know what I mean. You've put yourself there, and that's a choice that you make. You have this Nine of Wands too, and you can only kind of sequester yourself up in this little area for so long and try to make everything. It's like, I feel like you're trying to force something in your life and it's not coming. And because of that, you're feeling just so left out, and you're like, but I've given everything. Why won't this work? And you know what? You can't force it. And I think we had the Nine of Wands in one of the signs right before you. And I said, there's that line in that movie, you can't stop what's coming. And I feel like that's the case here. Aquarius, your heart is so big and you want to help everyone, and you don't want anyone, I don't even feel like this is you. I feel like this is all the people that you want to help, and you don't want anybody to hurt or feel bad or feel left out or feel sad. It really takes its toll on you. It really hurts. And that's the thing, is here you can hide kind of behind this little wall you've built up and whatever, and you think you're protecting yourself, but you're not. You can't stop what's coming. So you're best off to just step right out into it and acknowledge what you see, acknowledge these things that are not working, and just say, hey, you know what, I can't fix this for everybody, and I'm really sorry, I wish it was different. And then you need to move on. I don't know why that. So this reading is very heavy. I feel like it's very heavy for everybody. There's like a major shift happening, and it's more painful for some than for others. But you really, Aquarius, please watch your moon and rising, but also really kind of take a look inside and just see where you're putting yourself out for really no reason. And I think that's the crux of the issue here, is sometimes we push our efforts in the directions that really are not good for us, and they don't help anyone, and they certainly don't help us. So maybe it's time to kind of pull back from all of this, sort of reevaluate and decide where our efforts are best spent. Because like in that movie, you can't stop what's coming. You can't fix everything. You can fix yourself. You can fix how you treat people and how you react to the world, but you can't fix everybody else. Okay? Alrighty. We're going to head to Pisces. Pisces, we have got the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. It is time. Where you, I know a lot of Pisces personally that watch, and this has been a period, this last few months has just been a period of unrest, and for our Pisces people, it's been incredibly painful to watch all of the things that have been happening. But it's really time now. You're not helping anyone by being tortured and in pain, and it's time to kind of, I feel it here, like just to right your own house around. It's time to right everything around. Stop for a minute. It's really time to get some balance, because I feel like you are feeling really closed in, really upset, really hurt for not only yourself, but for everyone around you. And at this point, I think Aquarius, we talked about this a little with our Aquarians. It's the same thing. You have that heart where you just kind of want to help everyone and you want to make everybody feel better. But at this point, it's about you. It's about you establishing yourself on level ground. It's about you saying, okay, I need to get my environment right. I need to get my finances right. I need to get my plan for how I'm going to move forward. I gotta handle my business. And that's what I think needs to happen here, Pisces. You have taken a lot of something very, very personally. So now it's time to like get it out of your head, handle the things you can handle. You can handle your personal environment. You can handle your money, your finances, your home, your environment, your job. You can handle that. It's time to begin there. And then here, I always say this, if you look, she's kind of tied up, but if she was to smush her arms in, like kind of, if she was able to kind of smush her arms in, she'd be able to wiggle herself out of there. And that's the thing. No one is going to come and save you. You're going to need to wiggle yourself out of here, pull that blindfold off, and then walk out around this, because you have gotten yourself locked up kind of in your own head about a lot of things, and the way that you're going to move past being kind of on this like hamster wheel of overthought and worry is to get your physical and tangible environment balanced out. Once you do that, then you're going to be able to move forward. Then you're going to be able to make a plan for how you're going to kind of navigate this next month, this next July. So I would say, let's kind of stop for a minute, evaluate what's going on, shake off the stuff that you have put on you, and start with your tangible environment. Start with the things around you. Decide how you're gonna be in your actual physical world. Stop beating yourself up and stop holding yourself accountable for everybody around you, because that doesn't make sense. The prison that you feel you're in, the frustration, the anger is brought on by your own actions. Now let's get, and it's honestly, I'm not like beating you up. It's not like you're a bad person. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you feel responsible for a lot of other people, and a lot of times you take that on yourself. And yep, here you go. You got the Five of Cups here. And being that you're a water sign, this is just the perfect way to end this for you guys. You notice he's focused on these three cups here that have spilled out. They've spilled out all over, and it's very sad, and all these things have gone wrong, and you can't get them back. You can't put spilled wine that's spilled out into the sand. You can't get it back out of the sand, right? It's gone. But if you can turn around and focus on these two cups that are full, on the good things that you have, you've got these two pentacles here. You can balance those out and, deal with your tangible environment, your home, your job, the things you can put your hands on. Focus on the two really good things in your life. Find a couple things in your life to focus on, and all this will fall away. All this stuff will just disappear. Don't spend your time overthinking everything around you and all the things that you may have done wrong or right or whatever it is, but focus on a couple things that you can do really well and that provide a lot of benefit for the people around you and for you. Focus on those, get yourself balanced, and then make a plan to move forward. I hope that this reading was helpful for all of you. If you have questions, please feel free to get a hold of me on Instagram or on my website, notsomysticaltarot.com, Instagram, notsomysticaltarot, and everything will be in the description. You can find me if you'd like to. I really hope this was as much of an honor for you to watch as it was for me to produce for you. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.